All right. Welcome to the show. My name is Paul. I'm based out of Los Angeles, and this is Paul and YouTube in the Morning. Today I'm joined by
Chris Lawrence. Hello.
And where are you joining us from, Chris?
I'm joining from Toronto, so it's not as early as it is in LA, but it's still early.
I'm just now hearing a little bit of buzz when you speak. Do you hear buzz when I speak?
No. Let's try and change that.
Maybe you have a loose connection or something.
Maybe. How's that?
Better, but quieter.
Quieter. It's weird. We'll stick with this one for now because I'm not sure what's going on with that, but
there we go. I can hear you better.
Perfect.
Hooray.
Yay.
So our show always starts off by jumping into dislikes and getting that out of the way from the start. So I'm going to say that I dislike that it took pedophilia, finally, for organizations to start rejecting Milo Yiannopoulos. It wasn't the racism. Yeah. It wasn't the transphobia. It wasn't treating women like shit. It wasn't even being an actual Nazi that made people start disavowing him. No. It was the pedophilia line. That's what it took.
And it's just so interesting because when you look at like the past year with Milo, like so many things have happened. Like he got kicked off of Twitter and like all these things happened and people were kind of just like, but you know what? Freedom of speech is a thing. So like he's free to say what he wants. Oh my God, they kicked him off Twitter. That is an infringement on his rights. And then now this pedophilia thing happens and people are like, oh, okay, we're cool with you saying Black women look like this, but like we're not too cool with you saying this about like underage children and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. Which, I mean, what that means is that this is another example of something that happens all the time in the last decade or so, which is people will say freedom of speech when what they really mean is this will make us money. It's so awful, it'll make us money. That's what they mean, and that sucks.
Exactly.
We're joined in the chat by Ewan. This is Ewan. Hi, Ewan. How are you this morning?
Hello. Good morning. Or good evening, wherever you're in from, because the world is a big place.
The world is a big place.
And time zones.
So I gave you a list of the segments of our show. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up for your dislikes segment?
No, I don't have anything that the Milo thing was pretty much my dislike. I don't really have anything else that I'm kind of disliking right now. That's not our conversation. I'm looking for it, but that's totally something else. But no, I don't have anything much that I dislike right now currently, thankfully.
Good. I'm glad. I will add on then one more thing for me, which is that you know, Milo came from Breitbart, the shitty website that shares opinions but pretends to be news, and is one of those organizations that Trump really loves. He also really loves Infowars.com, which is an organization that tries to apparently fight information because that's what they do. And Alex Jones from Infowars, who is like the blusteriest of blowhards, is apparently giving Trump a lot of his garbage information to spout. So I also dislike that.
Yeah, and then it's interesting because like, firstly, very happy to be in Canada. But like, which is funny because I was actually going to be in the States like today and yesterday because I was going to be in Washington going to the African American Museum and stuff like that. But then after I started seeing things that were currently unfolding, I was like, I'm probably either going to get turned away from the border or like, I just like, you know what? Let's just not do that. But it's interesting though, because even when you see Trump speak, he'll say like really inaccurate things and someone will be like, hey, that's not true because like XYZ sources exist, and he'll just be like, well, that was the information that I was given. That's just what my reporter said. And it's kind of just like, imagine that you could like go onto this magical website where you could literally just like type something in and see like 50,000 results to fact check it. Like that would be the greatest thing. I think that would save mankind, and I'm very sad that we don't have something like that just yet.
It is a shame. There should be something like that. I'll Google it. See if I can find something. Let's move into likes. Ewan says that he's doing pretty good. I'm glad, Ewan. I'm glad. Let's move into likes. My list of likes for today are all YouTube related. They're all YouTube videos.
So am I, actually. I was just thinking about that.
My big one, I'm going to say, is, you know, I did a Less Than Famous audition, but I was blown away by Annie Elaney's Less Than
Yeah,
Famous audition.
yeah.
Holy crap. She was inspired by La La Land, but she was inspired by La La Land, and she did her own music video, and it was so good. It was
I
so good.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, like, if they don't put her on, I'm gonna have some words.
I'm going to
What did
flip
they say?
tables and set fire to the convention center.
I'm gonna have some words. I'm gonna go to the convention and I'm gonna be in the back with my hand up, like, "Excuse me, why is there Amy there?"
Yes.
But I think she has a really, really good chance because it was so unique, and I'm glad that she waited so long to put that. I don't know if that's just because it took so long, or she kind of wanted to like do it towards the end, so no one copied her idea because smart. Um,
Well, she said on, I think she said on either Twitter or Facebook that it was actually a 48-hour project that she just
wow.
got inspired to do kind of at the last minute. So that's even
Yeah,
more bomb. That's amazing.
exactly. That's honestly super awesome to me. I'm
Did
opening
you,
like the video side on my other tab, and I don't want to hear my voice.
did you have things that you wanted to share with us in the likes segment?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's on along the same lines of VidCon. I kind of like just seeing everybody's like audition videos because it's so awesome. Because like last year I did one. Um, sorry, muting that. Just seeing everyone's like audition videos because everyone kind of wants to get on the panel, and it just shows that like it shows a different perspective that everybody wants to bring to the panel. I made one last year, and obviously I didn't get on because like I wasn't there. But like just to see all the people that want to do work in this industry and that want to grow bigger on YouTube and that what they want to bring to the conversation that's not already there, and just like getting in touch with so many new people because like from the day that I made my audition video and put it up, I think my channel's grown so much, and it's kind of just like, whoa, I should have been doing this years ago. But it's really, really, really cool. And even if I don't get on, I still think that it was successful because I did get connected to so many new people that I've been speaking to over a week and just like learning about different things, people that want to work.
Uh-oh. Chris, are you still there?
Also, I really like the same audition video that you mentioned because I remember seeing it and I was like, man, if I don't get on, like I need this one to get on because it was spectacular.
It really was. And I feel the same way. I discover, because I go through the hashtag. I do a search for the hashtag. I do a search for the title name on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Less Than Famous every time. And I mean, there are a lot of people that I see who are obviously kind of newbie YouTubers, and that's great. I'm glad that they're throwing themselves into the ring. I probably won't subscribe to them, but that's fine. I'm glad that I've discovered what they can do. And then I'll find people who have been around for a long time that I never knew about before the auditions, and I'll definitely follow them. And then I'll make friends, and I'll make friends just from the fact that we all had like the same idea that we want to be a bigger part of the community through auditioning for this panel. And that's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Exactly.
In the chat, Ewan says, it's amazing how the Less Than Famous panel has grown. I remember being at the first one. And then we were also joined by none of the above. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's see here. I think my friends Leslie Datsis, maybe, and Amanda McLaughlin, she's so Mickey on Twitter. I think they may have been involved in the creation of the Less Than Famous panel years back. And yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was it's grown, and I'm glad that it's really gotten to be as popular as it is.
Oh yeah.
And other conventions do similar things. Like Playlist has a smaller creator panel now. I think that Summer in the City in the UK has like a smaller channels panel, maybe something
Wow.
like that.
That's awesome.
And it's great. It's something that YouTube isn't doing for us, so we have to do it for ourselves.
And the reality is, to me, I don't think numbers mean anything. Well, numbers are important because, like, obviously, everybody would love 7 million subscribers and stuff.
Oh,
You can do
Chris, you just dropped out for a second there. What did you say? People would love what?
I don't think that people would love to have like 7 million subscribers, of course, but I don't think that your numbers are really reflective of your work in a sense. Because it's like there's so many smaller creators that I see that do amazing things, but that have like, gosh. So I'm really glad that there is things being done to support smaller creators now, and it's being seen more and more that smaller creators can do things, and smaller creators should be in this conversation instead of just having the same like few creators speaking on the same topics like all the time.
Here, here. I'm going to say that there are a couple more videos that I'm going to put in the description of this video. Emma Tobias's Till There Was You cover is beautiful. Maddie Morris's cover of Here Comes a Thought from Steven Universe is beautiful. There are links to those, as well as Annie Eleni's audition, in the description of this video. Please check those out. And I'm going to like rush through the rest of the segments because we're talking a bit.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to contribute for the learning segment?
I can't think of anything. It's very early, so I haven't thought of anything just yet. My channel's about learning if you want to learn anything, really.
And there is a link to your channel in the description of this video, so you should definitely check out Chris's channel.
Plug, 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 plug.
Plug, plug, plug. For my learning segment, I'm going to say that I checked out the website votersedge.org. Votersedge.org. This is good for the United States. You put in your zip code, and it tells you stuff about your local elections that are happening. Like in Los Angeles, there's going to be elections on March 7th. So I'm learning about that right now.
That's awesome. That's very smart.
Do you have anything for the helping segment?
Helping, yes. I actually was like looking at like the things, and I saw that you mentioned donate to Eyebrows on Fleek, Kayla Lewis, and that's something that I think is so important. Just because like when you think of the word like whoa on Fleek, so much has like happened, even though like that word was like created. I don't know if it was created on purpose or by accident. So much has like happened, and it's been on so many products and things like that. And then just like on conversations, because anyone who knows me knows that I'm on Twitter a lot, and even if I'm not tweeting, I'm kind of just like looking at what's going on. People were kind of upset that she wants to start like a GoFundMe to start like a business,
Cosmetics line.
Yeah, people were kind of really upset about it, and I didn't understand why, because it's like she's kind of, well, first and foremost, she wasn't like paid for any of like the using of this word on any of the products, and like the way that it was used in music, it was used in television and all these other sectors. And she's not trying to start something that's like problematic. She's trying to start something that would generally help like the Black community, help with starting like a natural hairline. So I'm kind of annoyed at
You're annoyed what?
To me of a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you basically said everything I was going to say. So there's a link to her GoFundMe. Sorry, there's a link to an article about her GoFundMe in the description of my video. Check that out. You can go and donate to her just like I did. In the chat, we're joined by Mandy S., who says that Sitsi seems to be focusing more on small YouTubers in general. I noticed last year a lack of big names. That has to make the whole environment a lot more conducive to being creator/community based. Yeah, and I like that. I like that a lot. Updates. My Less Than Famous audition video was very well received. Thank you for everybody who's been so supportive. I'm going to keep on promoting it this week.
Oh yeah, it was very, very good. I didn't promo mine a lot because I was kind of just like, are my audience really interested in seeing this? But then I was like, hey, here's a video because I don't want to make another one this week. So like,
I know that feel. Plans. I need to figure out something to do for my 4th YouTube anniversary, which is in a month. It's March 23rd. Ooh. So if you have any suggestions for what I can do, like a video project or a collaboration project or something to put on my channel for 4 years, let me know, viewers.
That is a good one.
And that's it. We're at the end of the show. Is there anything that you wanted to add on?
No, thank you. I would like to say thank you for having me. This is actually so fun. I would wake up to be on your show anytime.
Awesome. And I want to get you on one of my 2-hour weekend shows at some point as well. We can really have a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to switch over to Drew and we're going to take us out with dog time here, focusing on my dog who was apparently having a nightmare. It's okay, Drew. It's okay. Okay, Drew. Thank you, as always, for watching my live show. Thank you to my $3 plus Patreon patrons. If you have not yet joined my Patreon, there's a link to that in the lower left-hand corner of this video. If you have not yet subscribed to me, there's going to be a link to that in the lower right-hand corner of this video. And thanks to Chris for joining me. Thank you all for watching me. And tomorrow will be even better. Bye.
Thanks for watching, guys.